Alright.
Alrighty, it says that we are live.
Yay!
StreamYard and YouTube lies to us a lot, so who knows? YouTube's got such a delay.
Yeah.
There it goes. We are
Yep.
live. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us on this fine Sunday evening. I think it's kind of rainy here, so it's really fine. I love the rain. Cold, dark, top weather. Love it. It fits my personality perfect. So yeah, thank y'all for joining. I got some guests with me tonight, so maybe it won't be too boring. If you want to introduce yourselves, start with Josie.
Hi everybody, my name is Josie Rose. I am a Wattpad author and I write fantasy and mystery thriller and all types of genres. And currently what I'm working on tonight is the outline for my first book.
Cool. Rad girl.
Oh, you're gonna put okay. Hello everyone. This is my first time on Stuart's channel. My name is TFA Radgirl. I also go under the pen name Margaret Dutch. I'm a multi-genre author. I'm also an artist on the side. I have no published work yet, but I'm working my way there. Today I'm working on the outline for a adult fantasy novel that I've been working on a lot and from time to time, and today I'm re-outlining the I had it outlined a certain way before and I'm just re-outlining it now, and I'm gonna continue that outline now that I like where it's going. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Cool. Amber.
Hi guys, I'm Amber Craft. I write paranormal romance. And tonight I'm working on editing book 2 so I can get it out to betas in February.
Cool. I'm D.L. Stewart, and this is my channel. I write adult medieval fantasy. I will be doing my read through of book 2. That I plan on sending to alphas in February. I think I got like 30 chapters done, so I got about another 20 chapters to go. Kind of doing a read through, slight tweaks, this and that, whatever. Not much revisions, but minor stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. See here, we got Meadow here. Hello. Elizabeth Fairfax. I don't believe I've seen you on my channel before, so thank you. Welcome.
I don't think I've seen him on mine. Hi.
I've seen her name before, just in other streams.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us. Yeah, Josie, I don't know if you're away from your mic or if you're using headphone mic. I know it was a little quieter a while ago. Something to keep in mind, I guess.
No, it's just I paused it for a minute. I had to go. I'm still here.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the volume, though, is kind of down.
Like when you talk, we can barely hear you.
Yeah.
Try, if people are having trouble hearing you, try holding it a little closer to your mouth. It's alright.
Meadow's doing... Yeah, it's about the same. But Meadow says she's doing her first read-through of her book after finishing it. Cool. So we're about on the same boat right now. Chloe's here. Hello. Welcome. Cachet. Hello.
Did Chloe change her profile picture? Because I don't remember it looking like that.
I can't remember. I think as far as I'm aware, it's been like that. I remember some like little emblem kind of going up and down. I don't know. As far as I am aware. And Eva is here. Hello. StreamYard is not showing it, but
of course. Hey, Eva. I always love seeing Eva in streams.
Yeah.
I know. She must have slept through my stream this morning. I was wondering where she was.
Yep. Tamara's here. Hello. Cachet, working on blog posts so I can focus on the book tomorrow. Cool. Yeah, I know I need to do a newsletter at some point. Let's go out Tuesday. I'll probably wait until Tuesday to do it, but oh well. That's how I roll.
I'm trying to figure out if you guys can still hear me.
It's still kind of quiet.
I'm trying to fix it.
Try going into. I had to do something similar. Not really necessarily to turn the volume up, but to turn it down because I was just so loud. Dana's here. But anyway,
Great fries here.
look for the audio settings on your computer and just go to the mic settings and just turn the volume up. I'm sure there's a setting in there somewhere. I know I had to find it. Wait, what type of computer do you have? If you have a MacBook, I don't know how to help you with that.
Chloe said, I briefly had Tom Servo avatar, which shows my age really well.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, so yeah.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
Hey, Grape Fry.
Dude, I'm watching the game and editing.
Is in football?
Probably. I know the Packers game just started not too long ago. Go Pack, go! Yeah. I know my friend Alibi. She is a huge Packers fan, so that's probably what she's doing right now. I care less about them, but oh well. That's just me. Let's see, what is it? 7 after. Maybe at 10 after we can get started on the first sprint. If not, then 15 after, depending how much we chit chat.
That sounds good. Hey, you're the host. We do. This is your show. You decide what we should do.
Well, I figured 10 after, but if we go a little past it, then I'll wait till 15.
All right.
I like the even fives. It's just easier.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I hate starting on anything but a 5 and a 0.
Yeah, I know. At the 10, if we go past it, then 15. Go past it, then 20. And eventually we'll get to it, I'm sure.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's still soft.
I have no idea why this is doing this.
Yeah, we can hear you. You're just low.
Yeah. Chloe, that's fair. The original Mystery Science Theater, I don't know if he existed in the reboot. He's a gumball machine. Okay. I want Green Bay to win, but probably not for the same reason Eva does. Yeah, I've never really cared for Green Bay. That's just one of the teams I was just always like, eh. I know a lot of people around here like them. It's just like, eh, whatever. Eva's working on a fantasy work in progress. Cool. Chief stinking up my Facebook. Yeah, I was kind of rooting for the Titans. I didn't really care for the Titans that much. I just like Mariota. And he got benched, so I care less. Especially since I think he's going to free agency after the season, anyways. Oh, shit. Casey isn't that far away. I'll do it, Dana. Also, Dana, I'm just kidding. The husband is a fantasy player, so I'm used to cheers for all the things. Yeah. I used to do some fantasy football leagues back in the day. Don't really have many people to participate with anymore. Yeah, Mahomes is all right, I guess. Better than some. Big on football in general, but much anymore, but not because politics. Yeah.
Well, my Seahawks are out, so no football no more for me. So are my Texans, so
I'm more of a Steelers. I'm a diehard Steelers fan. That's the only team that I will support. That team, regardless. Like I said, I was supporting the Titans for a little bit because Mariota, but just because Mariota. Once he goes somewhere else, then I care less about them.
See, as a Titans fan, because they were the Oilers until we got a new Texas team, so
Yeah.
started rooting for them, and just out of living there and loving them. But I don't know. I put my phone on mute and it's still going off. I don't get it. But I've always been a Seahawks fan, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I mean, there's a couple
Seahawks.
other players I'll kind of follow them just because of the player, but I know like Marshawn Lynch when he was on the Seahawks, I liked them, and then he went to Oakland for a little while. So yeah.
Is Marshawn Lynch still playing, or is he like?
I don't know if he played this year. I didn't really keep up much this season. I know last season he was in Oakland because I know he had took like a year or two off after he left Seahawks and then signed on to Oakland because that was his hometown and that's the only place he wanted to play for. I just like him as like a person altogether, his attitude and stuff. I love watching his press interviews or whatever. He just put his headphones in to sit there. He's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined. So if they ask me a question, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Like, you almost just want to be like, why are y'all even asking? You
I know
better
because
by
they
now.
just keep on. It's like, what do you think about the game or this person? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Because he got fined so much because he would just not go to his conferences or anything. So I'm no. And then I know one time he finally told me, look, I like football. I don't like all this publicity bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't sign up for this part.
He's like, I'm here to play football. If I could go in my backyard and play football, y'all would never see me. But that doesn't pay the bills, so I'm just here doing that. I don't care about anything else. Let's see here. Nick Foles. I never cared for Nick Foles that much, really.
I don't know that I
that's
have.
how I am with a lot of players, though. I'll follow the player regardless where they go. But
I mean, I know I like J.J. Watt because I like met him in the beginning and he's a great person, but he's done a lot for Houston, so.
Yeah.
It's wait. Okay.
Oh my God, that used to be the team around here. Like everybody loved the Rams, and the Cowboys, and I was like, yeah. That's one thing. I guess that's probably one reason I don't like the Packers, is because like everybody around here, they go like through their stages. They like this team, and then they just like this team. I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna root for those teams because that's what everybody else likes. Screw them.
So you either love or hate a team. You can't pick and choose.
I know.
Depending on the season. Like, I love whoever's doing good. That's not the way
it's like I said, Steelers, mine. I don't care who's on the team, whatever. That's my ride or die team. Any other team, it just depends who the players are. I'll follow the players, but that's it.
Yeah.
I'm a Steelers, and then Mariota, Marshawn Lynch, Deshaun Watson, and a few others.
I like Watson.
But yeah. Let's see here. Let's go through these.
You got one more minute.
I never really cared for baseball to watch it. It was too boring.
See, that's weird. Like, I played softball, fast pitch softball, but I always hated baseball.
Yeah, I don't mind playing it and stuff, but just watching it, I don't know. I like more the faster pace action. Football and basketball, baseball and stuff, just kind of.
That's how I feel about most sports. I'm not big on watching them. I'm more of like, I want to play it. Like, I hate watching basketball, but I love playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my daughter played basketball in school for the first time this year. First school sports, and then now she's trying to decide between volleyball and football. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I'm being so quiet.
Well, it is a quarter after, so we'll go ahead and get started on the first sprints. My phone will unlock. There we go. Get started in 3, 2, 1, right. And that is time. Let us know what all y'all got done in the comments. I got partway into the chapter, maybe about a quarter of the way to it. Maybe a third, somewhere in there.
I started outlining the next chapter.
Cool.
Pretty much, I honestly didn't do anything. I had to get up to go get something to drink, and I came back in here and I started trying to figure out some ideas for the outline.
I got about a page and a half edited.
Cool.
Had to reword some words.
Meadow said I did things. Reading. Cool. Chloe got 507 words. No,
That's good.
Eva got everything open and just got distracted. Elizabeth did some parenting. I know how that is.
See, that's why I got rid of mine tonight.
I had to go put my glasses on. My contacts were irritating me. And then my wife couldn't get the jar of pickles open, so I had to go open that for her.
A pickle sounds good right about now.
Yeah.
My leg is killing me.
Tamara started beta reading a short story. Supposed to be getting a chapter from one of the people I'm beta reading from sometime tonight to go over. Just editing a video until my phone died on me.
Oh.
That's not good. I got all my videos I plan on uploading for February already recorded, edited, and uploaded to be posted. But I don't have one ready for tomorrow or next week. So, yeah.
I'm the exact opposite. I got the next 2 weeks scheduled, but I just now got my backdrop last week sewed together so that I can make my February videos.
Yeah, all my February videos are going to be a lot shorter than my normal videos because they're usually like 20, 30, 40 minutes long. I think my longest one for February is like maybe 8 minutes. So, yeah, they're a lot shorter.
To answer your question, Dana, pickled juice is good for restless leg syndrome. And I hurt my leg at work, and it just like keeps spazzing out. So,
yeah. Dana said she edited an entire page. Cool.
Yeah, no, it's not a joke, Eva. It's something my grandmother always did because she had the same thing, and like I've been on it a lot since I heard it trying to train somebody, so it's like spazzing more than usual.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone new joined us.
Alice's
Yeah,
busy
we got
bag.
Alice's busy bag.
I guess it just depends on how bad your legs are. Like I drink like I guess you compare it to like a McDonald's child size cup. I drink about that much every other day. And it keeps it down because I have it really bad. So
When I was a kid, I used to drink pickle juice all the time, but I can't do it now. It's just
Ugh.
I know.
It's better than medicine.
Yeah, I know. I take a lot of like Dayquil and NyQuil and some of the
See, I'm allergic to
heavier
those.
stuff, and I fucking hate it. It doesn't matter how much I prepare myself. Every time I take a drink, like partly like a couple seconds later, I'm just like shaking, just like, oh my god, that tasted terrible.
See, my problem is I'm so allergic to most actual medicines that I try
That's
to
what my
find as
mom
much.
does.
Yeah, I have to try to find as much natural stuff as possible. So, I always thought it was a wives' tale that my grandmother used to tell, but like I quit doing it for a while, and I noticed it got a lot worse. So,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
because like
Oh, so
a lot of people told me magnesium and stuff, but like that never helped me. So.
Ellie said, I'm sitting quietly reading. Cool.
Reading sounds nice.
I've got 2 books to read and 4 days to read them. So.
I hate pickles. You and me, I do not like pickles.
I like some pickle flavored stuff, like the dill pickle, Lay's chips and stuff. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I've
yeah.
never tried
Actual
those.
pickles themselves, I don't know. It's like that texture, and
Yeah.
I don't like it. I know one time I had a pickle snow cone at the fair.
What?
I don't know if even I could do that, and I love pickles.
Yeah, it was. I think that's kind of what turned me off of drinking pickle juice. They
That
take
sounds.
snow cone, put pickle juice on it, and then they put like one of those wedges of pickle, like a dill pickle wedge, whatever, in it. Yeah.
I mean, I like pickles, and I like them cold, but I don't know that I would want them over ice.
Yeah. I know one of my friends keeps trying to get me to try deep fried pickles. I've never tried that, and I'm just like, nah.
I
Pickles that
did.
much.
It's okay.
The worst
I'll eat
thing,
about anything deep fried, but I'm not that
What were you
crazy
gonna
about
say,
pickles, so
Joe?
I won't try it.
I said the worst thing that I have ever tried. My brother decided to froze a pickle and put hot sauce on it.
Ew.
I've
That
tried
was
some weird
so
stuff,
gross.
but I don't know about that. It's weird.
Eva's mouth is reacting as if she's eating pickles. Spot no pickles.
What?
That's funny.
Yeah, my middle child, every so often when we fix her supper, we ask her what she wants to drink. She said, I want pickle juice. I was like, really?
Yeah.
You have Kool-Aid, you got other kinds of juice, you got sodas, you got tea, and you want pickle juice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. I need to stand up. I've been sitting for a while. I gotta stand and stretch. So just give me. Remember to do that, guys, because you got to. Alright. I feel a little bit better now.
Tamara's brother used to drink pickle juice all the time. Yep. I know my wife and my daughter, they still do. I did when I was younger, but yeah. I've lost the taste for it.
I think my dad's the only one who eats really pickles in the whole house. He always gets like these jars of like mini pickles that I think are supposed to be sweet, although I don't remember because it's been a while. I think I actually tried one and it wasn't too bad.
The little, it's like wherever the brand is with the V, Velasquez or whatever.
Classic.
Yeah. I know. I see those the midget Velasquez pickles. I remember I took a picture of that one time, posted on Facebook. I was like, they prefer to be called vertically challenged pickles.
My sister's ex-boyfriend used to work at a plastic factory, and like actually like where they cut the pickles from like the straight whole pickle into the slices. And he said like there was just pickle juice like all over the floor. You had to have like waiters on and stuff because like the drains would stop up sometimes if too many seeds got in.
I need.
Eva said, I need to name a short of tree. that doesn't actually exist and would be as old as the world if anyone wants a name game.
You can always just call it the Genesis tree.
Hmm.
And God called it the first tree, Genesis.
I got nothing. I feel like if I can't come up with a name that's like cool or like would be perfect for a great tree, I would just like name it in a different language. Choose a word to describe a tree in a different language. And just use that as the name.
Oh yeah.
Look up.
I'll do that with some of the character names, where think of
Yeah.
some type of element or something and translate it into Latin or something, and
I
slightly
was gonna say
alter.
if you wanted like an ancient time, whatever, like period you're using, you could always see what like first or unique or something like that is in that word. Depends on how unique you want to be.
I mean, you can always try the tree of life.
Yeah, but I feel like that's been used so many times.
Yeah, she
I'd
said she'd rather not.
use
Yeah.
biblical terms. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I can understand why that, because using a biblical term is too easy, and plus I feel like it's been done before.
Yeah, I feel like that's where most people try to find a lot of inspiration from.
Or technically, since the Earth itself was made from like the worlds and planets colliding and asteroids colliding, you could look at like astrological names.
Or you could it's from like the beginning of Earth, since the continents used to be Pangea or whatever.
Yeah.
Alter that into something somehow, maybe.
Yeah. It just depends on what you're talking about the Roman time period, so depending on what your story is going on about.
Dahlia's here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining.
Hello.
Watching the Packers-Niners game.
Y'all make me want to watch it just because I ain't got a football game to watch anymore.
Yeah, I watched the Chiefs and Titans game a while ago on my phone. Let's see here. Oh, shit. The concept of humanity is new, so it's older than the concept of death. Big tree in Russian. I use Native American language etymology, but there's not a whole lot out there to look at.
Well, like tree in Choctaw is MVT. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like one of the first trees or whatever, you could just do whatever language or altercation of the word tree. And if you want a little different, put the or whatever in front of it and alter that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things, if it's the first one, that's all they would refer to it as, is the tree. The river, the water, the sky, the whatever. If it's like the first one.
Yeah, or just like any land mass that has a really important significance, like the Mississippi River. There's no other river in America that's like the Mississippi River because it's really long and big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
just a tree that doesn't exist now, and it needs a name. It's one of many.
Just call it a moot. That means that. Hey, you didn't put your self-made timer up during last stream, do you?
No, I hardly ever actually do a timer on my screen. On my streams, I always just do it on my phone.
I thought you created it for your stream.
I thought about it. I was like, I don't want to worry about screen sharing and restarting all the time. I'm lazy. I have thought about making a 20-minute one as well, since I know a lot of people do 20 minutes.
What do y'all use to make them?
I just use the same Filmora, which is what I use for my video editor.
I never thought about using the editor for it.
Yeah, it took a long time because each second is like a text, and then I went over a second and changed it. Went over a second, changed it.
Oh God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I'm sure I probably could have somehow imported an already pre-made timer, but I was like, yeah, whatever. I wanted it the same font, which you can't really tell with the numbers, but it's the same font that my book title's in. Whatever. So I wanted consistency. And since that background is the part of the back cover of the book, so I was like,
yeah, because I kind of want to create one for like my series, because I bought 2 pictures for Unknown Family's cover, and I'm not going to use one of them because when you put them together, it was just like too much for a thumbnail. And so I'm like, what am I going to do with this other picture? Like, it's so pretty. Yeah. I didn't want to commission like an ebook picture or cover and a paperback, so I was like, I could make a timer out of it. That'd be cool.
But yeah, I've thought about doing a 20-minute one at some point. Of course, all I did was just went through and did like a minute worth, and then copied and pasted the text and just changed the minute part of it, so I wasn't having to go through and top up each and every digit of every second.
Just so that'd probably be what I'd do. I'd be like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute.
And at one point, I was going to just do like all zeros, and then the next one just delete it and leave that first 0 there or whatever, and copy and paste that all the way across. So it'd be like layers of text instead of actually changing it. And I was like, no. Because I couldn't line it up. It didn't want to snap right. So it looked the same. So it'd be jumping around. So I didn't do that.
I didn't even think about that. That would be funny.
Oh my gosh.
I've thought about doing a few others. I did that because my METAGORE series or whatever. I've thought about doing one with some of the images I've been doing for my memoir, the Polaroid images. I've thought about doing one that has those kind of fading in and out or whatever in different orders. But that probably won't be until I get closer to time actually working on my memoir as a main project, I guess.
Still can't believe you have so many projects at one time.
20 fucking projects.
I'm like, 3 is enough for me, and they're all in the same series, so like, it's a continuous work in progress with the characters. I can't.
No, I get burnt out too much if I try to work on one project for too long, so I have to jump around. I try to just jump around between like 2 or 3 for the most part, but then I get ideas and I'll start writing on something else for a while. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go back to these others.
Yeah, I want to try to get Unknown Family fully edited this month so I can go back and reread Unknown Happiness so I can keep writing it and Unknown Origins at the same time.
Yeah, I know once I get done with this read through, I'm going to start on book 3 while my alphas have it. And then if I get tired of that, I might just focus more on my memoir until I get my alphas responses back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got multiple projects too, mostly because my brain does not shut up. I'm always coming up with ideas. And if I'm kind of the same way, if I get stuck on one project, I'll just move to a different one.
Oh,
Yeah.
brother.
I have a list of like plot bunnies that I'm slowly turning into stuff, but I keep them as bunnies till I have one project down. I don't do more than 3 at a time.
I have to try to, especially if I'm jumping around, I gotta have it like completely different or at least different stories. I can't work on like the same story and preferably not even the same genre or whatever, just because I gotta have the opposite. If I'm getting burnt out on something, I want something completely different to work on. So it kind of take me away from that, I guess.
Well, I guess it depends on what aspect you're getting burnt out on, because like
Usually I get burnt
out
out just
on
the same characters and the same
I was
style.
gonna say, I get burnt out on the same story, but not the same characters. So, like, if I get burnt out on book 2, I'll jump to book 4, and if I get burnt out on book 4, I might jump back to book 3. Like,
Yeah, if I just kind of get burnt out on like a scene or a chapter, I'll kind of skip around in the book a little bit, but not much. But usually it's just I'm getting tired of writing fantasy, so I'm just gonna go jump on my memoir for a little bit or something like that. Or even when I do Gift of a Child, even though it's still fantasy, it's more darker and it's got a lot of red herrings and misdirection in it, so it feels almost like a different genre to me when I'm trying to write it.
yeah.
So yeah,
I'm trying to figure out what this steampunk romance that everybody wants me to write is gonna have in it. I don't have a plot for it at all yet.
but Eva's kind of trying to poke us, so I say about 3 minutes we can do.
I was gonna say something, but then it turned to 51, so I was like, oh, we'll have to wait.
At 55, we'll
We'll continue to be productive and get these words in, because that's what we have to do.
That Eva demands it.
Yeah. I know Carol's good about that too. She'll start poking, be like, sprint. It's like, I know she did that. I think it was last week or week before last on my thing. I was like, this is my channel. I'll do sprints whenever I want to. You leave me alone.
Yeah, I was in a work mood yesterday or today, since I was not nowhere near working yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta catch up. Work.
I know back in December, I only did, I think, 2 actual writing streams. The other 2 were kind of chit chat. My birthday and then the book release question and answer thing that we did.
If you did 2 streams in December, did you participate in Nano at all or no? Just curious.
Nano in November?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, I did it.
Okay.
I started doing it and then I gave up like partway into it because I was like, yeah, this ain't happening. And then on the last day, I noticed I had like 5,000 words left and I would get it. So I jumped on somebody's stream. I was like, fuck it. I decided today I'm doing Nano. Let's do this. And I did it.
Yeah, life started hating me halfway through the month, so I just said screw writing and started editing when I could, and then like did December Nano with Aphrodite and them. Like, I had so much to accomplish.
Yeah, I had
What happened?
she said she had to leave. She said she'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh.
But yeah, I did Nano in November and got a little over 50. I think like 50,800 and something.
I didn't do it at all because I knew I was not going to accomplish it.
Yeah.
I know my limitations.
Yeah, I didn't do it just on one project. I hardly ever do because I jump around all the time. But yeah. And then my December Nano goal was to finish the first draft of Sovereign Duties, which I didn't quite get done. I got distracted doing other things. So
yeah, I started trying to
the first week of January.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I started trying to write book 4, but then I realized like I didn't know where to go with it because book 2 technically has to be edited to make sure I know everything.
Yeah.
All right, it's 55.
Yep. 55. So come back at 10 after. Get started in 3, 2, 1, go. That is time. Let us know how much y'all got done.
Shoot. I went up and got some food and some drinks, and then I continued outlining.
Cool. I got a few more paragraphs done of my read through.
I got 2 pages done.
So that's good.
Yeah, right now I'm like a chapter behind where I had paced myself to be, so trying to at least get caught up, so maybe I can do 3 chapters this week, which is doubtful with having to read 2 books.
2 books, jeez.
Yeah, I have Alex interview on Saturday and the writer's workshop, and I haven't done either one of those books because I was trying to read Aphrodite's for this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
But that got canceled, so now I'm gonna have to pause reading her book and then read those 2 and then go back to it.
I'm not currently reading anybody's book at the moment. I got somebody I've been beta reading for, but they just been sending a chapter at a time. That's about the only thing I've got going at the moment, reading wise.
I tried to do a beta read for someone and didn't get the results in on time. Plus, I was having a hard time trying to put my critiques into like the document. But I apologized to the author, and she said it's okay. But she said I can make up for it by doing an ARC review for her book. So that's what I'm gonna do when the time comes.
Yeah, I still need to type up my review for Aphrodite's book. I know I did a video review, I think last month.
Yeah.
But I still haven't got around to actually typing it up. And then I got, I'm on Savvy, what's her last name? Savvy Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm on her street team, and I read her book, One Final Vinyl, that comes out in May. I plan on doing a video review of that at some point, but I figure I'll wait until closer to time for the release. I'll probably go ahead and film it pretty soon, but I probably won't upload it until then. And I plan on topping up both of those reviews, hers and Aphrodite's, at some point. Maybe after I finish this read through and before I start on anything else.
Yeah, Aphrodite's book will be my February interview, my March review, and then Alex is going to be my January interview and my February review. This month I just did, this Wednesday, the video coming out will just be an older book that I had.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for tomorrow's video. I had something planned, but no, I don't know.
To say, what's the point of planning your entire year's worth of videos if you're not going to do your plan?
I try to plan out enough stuff to get me at least half of the year before the year starts. Like, I try to figure out the rest. And then I had planned it for tomorrow, so I'd have something. And then I was like, oh no, I might move that back to a later date and do something else. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it right now.
See, I was trying to be like you, and so I did January and February's. Like, I had those planned out by New Year's. And so for every week that I do a video, I plan out from there. That way I'm always like 2 months ahead. So I'm into the second week of April planning.
Yeah, and then I know, I think in March, I'm planning on starting back my METAGORE Mondays for that first Monday of the month. Just like, what? Oh.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I haven't done a METAGORE Monday in a few months. I don't think I did one in November, I don't think. I know I didn't do one in December or this month, and I'm not doing one in February. But I think in March I'm going to start those back up.
I'm going to try to, if we do end up starting our podcast in March, like me and Alec are trying to do if we get somebody lined up, I'm going to try to like make whatever topic we talk about with the interviewee like a topic for the month as well. So it kind of, that way if you don't listen to the podcast, the message still kind of gets across. I think that would be cool. But I'm not going to start that till the podcast actually starts. So.
Yeah, I know I'm going to start those back up, and then I'm going to do my Do You Hate Me Now or Do You Hate Me Yet series for February. So I got all those videos filmed, and there's 8 of those, so I'll be dropping 2 a week on that.
What are the Do You Hate Me Nows?
The Do You Hate Me Yet's, it's just, I don't know, an idea I had thought of here a while back, and it's just like some of my opinion that, you know, might not be everybody else's opinion. I'm just like, yeah, this is what I think about it. You hate me, whatever. I don't care.
That's gonna be interesting. It's like unpopular opinion. Those unpopular opinion videos that some people like to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Some of it might not be as, you know, unpopular, but still my opinion. I know one of them. I think I mentioned it in a y'all stream earlier today. It's about if I don't like your antagonist, I don't like your story. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah, that's one video about that. One is about writer's block and how I don't believe in it, and a few other things like that. I came up with like 8 different topics. I was like, yeah, I'll do this, and they're shorter than my normal videos. So I thought about doing all of it as one video, or I could break it up into a bunch of smaller ones.
There you go. Yeah, I made February all about, although I know like the banned book list month is in September. I made February like a banned book list of like Black authors and characters, and like I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm like really excited to do those, to film those.
Yeah. Michael joined us at some point.
It's a wild Michael.
When I got here, I'm going to experiment with Wavemaker. Cool. But yeah, I don't remember what all the topics were. I know I just sat down and filmed all 8 of those like back to back. Let's see, what else is there? I got it wrote down somewhere. I don't know if this is it.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't you write notes for these videos?
I don't script my videos, and I hardly ever keep notes. But yeah, I did write down like the topic on like this itty bitty notebook thing. One's like my opinion about supporting other authors and stuff. I know I made a post on AuthorTuber's Facebook group the other day about me going through and purging a lot of the subscriptions I had and shit. Let's kind of talk about that a little bit. But how I don't always leave reviews. My opinion on if you don't read, you can't write type of ordeal. If I don't like your antagonist, I don't like your book. I don't believe in writer's block. My opinion on writing characters that you aren't, whether it's a different sex, different race, different sexual, sexual orientation, religion, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My opinion on tropes and cliches, and then about the story structures and stuff, like Save the Cat and Hero's Journey and all that crap.
Trying to make mine themed to like whatever the writer's holiday for the month is. Like I'm trying to like work my videos around that.
Yeah. I know usually whenever I'm trying to come up with stuff, I try to come up with not really a theme, but something kind of similar to that for the month. And then usually when I get to that month, I was like, no, I'm not going to do this video. I'm going to do another one so it doesn't turn out that way. But yeah.
Well, if
I
there's
go
something,
in attempting that.
if there's something cool, I'll do it. If they're not, then I'm like, yeah. Like my video this Wednesday is about this is the last Wednesday of the month, I think, right? Yeah. Like it's about what you didn't know about the New Year's song, like the New Year's Eve or whatever ball countdown song. Like it has a very interesting history. I think it's really cool. So
Interesting.
Yeah.
and that's because Robert Burns wrote it, and it's the 25th of this month is they celebrate his death in Scotland. So it's called Burns Supper. So I researched the writer thing, and if I like it, I do something. If I don't, then I don't.
Here we go.
Let's see, a bunch of comments coming in on YouTube. A StreamYard is taking forever.
I know. It's so annoying. I'll be sitting.
Sid Meier's, it seemed like it's worse today.
I don't know. I know for November it was really bad. Beginning of December, it looked like it got shit straight. And then by the end of December and all this month, it's been kind of going bad.
Because, like, about 5 minutes after we stopped streaming, we were still talking, and it just, like, booted everybody off at one time. Like, they were in the middle of a sentence and just... So, I don't know.
I don't know. They really need to fix that because it's really annoying. They need to get the comments to flow into StreamYard faster.
Oh, yeah.
It's so annoying.
Here we go. What do author tubers do when they aren't writing? Or vlogging? Or editing? Or sleeping? I'm working. That's what I'm doing.
Or researching. Or
Yeah.
working your other job. Or
I feel like you have 4 minutes a day for free time. Yep, that seems about right. Something like that.
Just enough to kiss your kids goodbye and good night. And
and then I have no idea. I don't have the paid account. So
Yeah,
I don't know
I
if
don't
it's any better. Probably not.
I don't know of anybody that actually has the paid account.
I don't know anyone either. I know I sure don't have it. Because
I'm trying to cut
broke.
down on what I'm paying already.
Great. I can't wait to see those. I also have opinions of the writing characters you aren't topic. Yeah, basically boiled down. I think people overly concern themselves with that kind of stuff. They try to make it into a bigger deal than what it normally is.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel like about with a lot of things. And my phone is opening Google. Quit listening to me.
I know, right?
But yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. I know I'm in a lot of Facebook groups and I see people asking questions like I think are just stupid questions. They're just like panicking. It's like, oh my God, how do I do this? I said, just calm the fuck down. It's not that big a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I know that ordeal, I'm a guy. How do I write a girl character? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to do this.
I don't know. There are some
person.
traditionally genres that they don't know how.
Yeah. I was like, it's a person. If you're just writing it as a person, then write them as a fucking person. Doesn't matter their gender, skin color, religion, whatever. When you start getting into certain gender-specific topics, I could see. Half the time, it's just like a fucking day-to-day life type where it was like it's a fucking person.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
You said read is the answer for that question, I think. What if we don't read? Read more characters similar to the ones you can't write well yet. Yeah. Like I said, I can see some like certain situations or whatever that's more geared to one gender, one ethnicity or something, but just in general.
Yeah,
Just don't worry
like,
about it.
give a good example for that would, I think, kind of. I'm trying to think of a good example of how to best put it, because I like to use examples to kind of make it easier for people to
Yeah, I know.
understand.
Like some people will talk about like having a female warrior type character or whatever, and they just want to write that. Or everyone's like, "How do I go about that?" I was like, "Write a regular male warrior if you know how to write that." I mean, it's still a warrior, it's still a person, you know.
Mm.
Describe that she doesn't have a dick and she has long hair. If you want her to have long hair, I don't know. Describe her as a woman and write her the same. I mean, there's certain issues I'm sure that will come up as a woman versus a guy that you
I
can
was gonna say,
research.
I'm sure there's not much other than they're not physically as
Yeah,
strong
but
most
I
of the
mean,
time. I mean,
whatever. And
there's
even
not much more
then,
difference than
if
that.
you say female warrior and that's her trade, I'm sure she could just be just as strong. I've seen some pretty built women. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Don't worry too much about it.
yeah. Don't just as long as you make them a real person and not have their whole personality be revolved around one thing. Then I like your character. Like, give your character depth. Don't keep them like simple, stereotypical. Don't give me that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I know there's certain issues and stuff that you'd want to do more research, but just when it doesn't really matter if it's a male or female and you just want to write it as a female, just write it the same, basically.
Yep.
Michael said, my experience with male romance, which is read and writing mostly by straight cis women, sometimes I have issues with how gay and bi men are depicted. Yeah, and the reason why I find problems with people writing stuff like that is they go in thinking this is different than what it normally would be. If it's male romance and it's a sex scene, obviously that's going to be different than a male female sex scene, and stuff like that. But I mean, as a person, they go in thinking, okay, this guy's gay. I got to make him sound gay, or I got to make him sound bi, and they try to think too much on that, and they overdo it, and it's just not believable. Top ordeal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Oh.
My comments just started going all the way to the fucking top. I was like, no.
Wait.
There are a million differences between men and women. Yeah, I know that there are like men don't have to do a monthly period. Yeah, certain topics and stuff like that. I could see going and doing your research and stuff to write about it. Like a woman and as a warrior and a male as a warrior, there's more hygiene and stuff involved with women or whatever than a man warrior and stuff like that. I mean, there's certain topics that you would need to go and do more research. But a lot of times when these people ask these questions, I ask them, what about? It's just like day-to-day life stuff. Going to the store. They fucking go to the store the exact same way. I don't know what you're talking about, that poor deal, I think people try
Right.
to think too much about it. I mean, there are certain topics like that, childbirth and stuff. Obviously, that's going to be different from a male point of view and a female point of view type ordeal. I mean, there's certain topics that you need to research. But as just a character, or even a side character that's not really even in the story, that's just kind of mentioned a little bit, I think people try to blow that out of water way too much and overly think about it. So,
Well, and there's some things that, yeah, of course, women and men are different, but
yeah,
unless they have something to do with the plot, I'm not
yeah,
exactly gonna write about a woman like bitching about her period in the middle of trying to fight a war.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, don't. Yeah, please don't do that. That would
like, just not going there. So,
I mean, that's like my whole outlook. I'm thinking like this is just. I don't see what the whole ordeal is. I mean, if it's nothing to do with those topics, you know, who cares?
This is true.
Can't write a woman character as just like a plain, simple character. You can. I know there are, like, when you start trying to develop them, they might have other issues. But even when you develop them, about any kind of personality or any kind of quirk or anything like that, that most people typically write as females, men are just as likely able to have those same quirks and stuff. Like we mentioned earlier about women not being as strong, there are plenty of women that are just as strong as men, if not stronger. And I know a lot of men that are tiny and weak.
That is true.
Their outlook, their upbringing, their personality, their culture, all of that influences the personality, not the gender that they are assigned, in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. Like, I have male characters, and I don't really think about think too deep about it because well, I've been around guys. Shouldn't be hard, and writing a guy's male character is not hard unless I'm asking about a specific thing that relates to a certain part. But
yeah,
other than that, I don't even think about it.
a woman and a man can go to the same store and have two totally different experiences. They could. Two guys can go to the same store and have two totally different experiences. That is based off of the person's personality and themselves, not necessarily by their gender.
What is it they say? There's your story, there's the other person's story, and then there's the truth.
Something like that.
I think that's how it goes. I always have my teachers tell me that. You're going to have your story, they're going to have theirs, and then I got to find out what the truth is.
Yeah, that's usually how life works, in my opinion. Wait, when we don't have a clue to this. That's
No. I think if a regular woman and a regular man go into war, both of their emotions could be the same. I'm sure my emotions will kick in just as easily going into war.
yeah.
If she's trained in war or whatever, and that's been her upbringing, she's more numb to the feeling.
Yeah, if you've trained with that kind of lifestyle, just in general, you, regardless if you're a man or woman or different ethnic group or whatever, you're going to be numb to that. Your feeling's going to be the same. It's just not going to affect you that well. Or severely, I should say.
Yeah, and in actuality, swords weren't really used that much in medieval combat. That was like a last resort because it was a very ineffective weapon, even though it's been so highly decorated as the more common weapon in shows and books. But I mean, there are all kinds of different weapons or sword sizes and stuff. It's more different for purpose and time era than actual gender that's using it.
Yeah, I feel like anyone could pick up a sword if you can handle it. Like,
well, most swords that were used were shorter swords, not really the broad, huge swords that you see.
Yeah, the larger ones were more dates back farther because it's more for a longer range. But when you get in like close combat, swords were mostly used for stabbing, not slashing. And if it's long, you can't really get a good stab with it. So that's when they shortened the sword down, so it get easier to penetrate people that way. Marquis said, "I'd love to hear about female having to fight a war while on her cycle."
I wouldn't, because
I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have anything to do with the story. Like, I guess if you're like an overly emotional female while you're on it, like,
yeah, that would make more sense. But As a girl myself, I would not want to read that because it's just. I deal with that in my real life, so I don't need to think about a woman doing it in battle because I'm sure she'd have a tough time.
Yeah, I agree with Eva.
Blood running down her legs too. Yeah, exactly. No one cares. No, if you're a man or woman, and you're trained in battle since like I don't know, birth, like some sort of
Yeah,
freaking
I mean, a lot of
Spartan.
them you would page as like a child before you ever became a teenager.
Yeah.
Once you
For
got a teenager, then you started squiring, and then you would eventually become a knight or a dame.
yeah.
You're
For example,
raised in that.
in my I have a sci-fi series, and my main character, she has been trained as a warrior since she was almost like I want to say 12 years old, and it doesn't affect her in her. I mean, sure, if she'll think about it, she'll like dwell upon it. It bothers her a little bit, but killing in blood doesn't really fit. When she's in the heat of the moment, she doesn't think about it because she's trained to
I mean,
put
no,
up
it
with
would be a
that
different
stuff.
story if it was just like a woman got drafted to fight war or wherever she's not conditioned to it. But I feel like it
Yeah,
would be the same if a man, depending his upbringing or whatever.
yeah,
Well, I think that's the thing, like with any situation in book or in real life, like, yeah, there's times you're going to think about stuff, but in the heat of the moment, if you're trying to do something, you're not thinking about other things. You're thinking about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Or it's like it turns into just a reflex. You just don't
Yeah.
think about it. It
In
just comes
battle,
naturally
it'd
to the
be
body.
more fight or flight type ordeal. Doing
Yes.
it to survive. I'm not really thinking anything else.
yeah, like when I was overseas, the last thing I was thinking about was anything back home or anything other than what I was doing.
Yeah. Like I said, I've seen reviews from readers saying they didn't like a character because they winked or giggled, and men don't do that, except I do, and as far as I know, I'm gay. I'm a guy.
That too.
But yeah, I mean that's what I'm talking about. People try to stereotype things where I'm saying guys
Yeah,
don't show as
generalized.
much emotion or they don't do certain things when they do.
Humans are
I giggle and wink and do whatever.
Just say, I
I'm
know a
not
lot
as
of guys that
strong.
wink.
I don't like war. I pass out the sight of blood. I would be all up in my emotions if somebody ever did anything like that. Which is the opposite of what most people would sterilize or whatever as a male character.
Exactly.
Well, and
I mean, it has nothing to do with the
laughs and
gender.
giggles, same thing. It's not like it's like a tone of a hee 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 versus a ha ha ha. It's still giggling.
Yeah.
There's not a tone to a giggle.
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is
my
why you
thing is
didn't.
just, it doesn't matter the gender of the person. It's just the personality and the person as a whole,
Exactly.
how they would react. And then when you have to touch on like a period cycle or something, then yeah, you would need to go and do your research. But
Yes.
unless your story actually deals with that, that's not something you have to really think about.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna be mad because you didn't put somebody's period in when you're talking about a female warrior in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
If you did put that in, I would be like, why?
Right? You're like, is that necessary?
I would cringe so bad if I were in there. Just like, don't, please.
Turn the page.
I don't need to know this. I'm so bad because
Yeah, Dave, that goes into like what I was saying. If you're actually mentioning, her being on her period and stuff like that, then you would have to do your research on how it would affect. But if she wasn't on her period, then it would just be the same in a sense. I mean, it's just a person.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. 100. 1,000. 10%. All the way.
Ow, that's my hands are scratching. There you go, I petted you, Nelly. My cat's like punching the side of my hip like a rabbit because I'm not petting him.
He's like, your cat's like, Mommy, I want attention.
Yeah, he's like curled up in a ball, and when I like quit petting him, he like kicks me with his feet.
A lot of females that's been in the military. I know a lot of people in general has been in the military.
Yeah, I've been in the military. I'm a vet.
Pretty concise with their experiences and everything.
It jumped up too far for me to read.
Just fucking jump.
I don't know where we were. It jumped. There we go.
But yeah, I feel like it's more their personality and their upbringings and the culture and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like saying every human being has the same experience, and that's just not how it happens.
Yeah, you can have the same experience and react differently to it. It all just depends on the person, because humans are complex and individuals, and nobody's the same.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that scared me a bit.
The phone's on vibrate. I don't know why it keeps going off. I don't even know. It scared my cat too because he's laying on it.
Keeps.
Let's see.
Anyways, let's see what time is it. 7:43. That was a long chit chat. Let's see here. Y'all about ready for another sprint? Maybe in about 2 minutes.
Sure.
Go to the top of the hour and then call it good.
Oh.
Yeah, you got a hat.
Aphrodite just popped into the chat.
It's an Aphrodite!
Yep. Hello, hello, hello. I think we're going to do about one more sprint here in a few seconds, and then it's probably going to be it for the night. Just got home. Cool.
Yeah, she had a Hafla to go to today? I think that's what she said.
It's a quarter till, so go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, right. That is time. Let us know what y'all got done. I almost finished that chapter. I have just a few more paragraphs left.
I got a full page of the outline of this chapter done, but this chapter's gonna I write my chapters or I outline them in detail, so this chapter's gonna be longer than the first two, so it's gonna take about 1 to 2 pages, maybe 3 to finish, because this chapter's got a lot going on in it.
Get a page and a half this sprint.
Back. See, comments. Aphrodite only had time to set up, so nada, but I will just do some on my own. Yep. I think I'm going to try to finish this chapter right after this stream and then call it a night on that.
Yeah,
I think
just started this chapter, so I got a ways.
I think this chapter is probably one of my favorite chapters in the book.
This chapter is 9,400 words, so it's going to take more than a night.
God.
I think it's my longest chapter. I don't normally go that long.
Yeah, I write shorter chapters, I guess, especially compared to that.
Well, yeah, most of my chapters are, I think, the biggest is 4,500, but I may end up having to split this into another chapter. I don't know. That's
crazy. That might have been like my longest chapter in the first book. For the most part, it was like around 1,500 to 2,000, somewhere in there. And I figured this book was probably going to be around the same, maybe 1,000 to 1,500. I know for my memoir, it's a lot longer chapters. I got a feeling book 3 in my series will probably have longer chapters because I think some of the scenes will just be drawn out longer. Yeah. So there's going to be more war battles or whatever in it. I know there's some in the first book, but I think these are going to be more developed more, I guess. So there's going to be more narrative, and it's going to each scene's going to take longer, I guess. Since that's more of the focus, I guess, for the third book.
Trying to find my word count tracker and see how I did.
Mara is still very cool. Chloe, it's 2K goal for the day.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, between the stream and after the stream, Cash hit 2K. So she's like, I think I'm gonna go eat with my cousins. That's why she wasn't here. Like, that's always a win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be the last sprint for the day, or for the stream anyways. Thank you all for coming out. If y'all want to do y'all's little outros, you can start with Rad Girl.
All right. I am TFP Rago. I also go under the pen name Margaret Dutch. I'm a multi-genre author and artist with no published work yet, but I'm working my way there. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as well as my YouTube channel. It's just TFP Rago. And thank y'all for having me here. It was a pleasure.
Amber?
I'm Amber Crafts. I write paranormal romance. Unknown Love is available on Kindle and paperback on Amazon. Soon to be Audible. And Unknown Family is coming out later this year. Check my channel out for my video on Wednesday. And I stream Sunday mornings.
And I am D.L. Stewart, and this is my channel. I usually upload videos on Mondays, which I still got to figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow. And I do these streams on Sunday nights. So, yeah. For February, I will also be uploading on Thursdays as well. So I'll be releasing 2 a month or 2 a week for that month. All of our links are down below for our channels and stuff. If you want to go check out them, as well as some other author tubers down there. There's a link to other the writing streams, write-ins, whatever, down there as well. You can go check that out. Plus, all my social media links and buy links for my book is down there. As well as I think the very first link is the ARC or the alpha sign up sheet for book 2. If you would like to be an alpha reader for Sovereign Duties, that link's down below. You can go click on that and sign up. And yeah, whenever I get around to sending those out next month, I'll already have all your information and things like that. So yeah. Let's see here. What else we got in the comments?
Everybody's thanking you.
Yeah, I got some things done, but mostly distracted in conversation since I've been gone all day. Yeah, I know how that is. But yeah, thank you all for coming out. We'll see y'all later at some point.
See ya.